Howdy and welcome to the Tom Hern Show here at Te Puna Creative Hub, where we are getting creative and we are talking creative. Creativity, filmmaking, directing, screenwriting, acting, you name it, it's all happening here. So lock in, check it out, we're about to have a yarn. So I've got a couple of my homies on this episode, Beulah Koale and Vinnie Bennett. They are two of New Zealand's finest actors. Beulah broke through into the international scene, co-starring with Miles Teller in the acclaimed film Thank You for Your Service, before becoming a series regular on the American hit show Hawaii Five-0. And Vinnie, well, he's been in heaps of stuff, local productions, international productions. He was recently one of the stars on Celebrity Treasure Island, but perhaps was most famous for playing a young Vin Diesel in the F9 Fast and the Furious movie. So I got the boys on. We're going to talk about creativity, acting, and life in general. Freaking awesome to have you here, brothers. Started up this potty just exploring like creativity really and growth, from probably with more of a screen tilt, but also personal development, growth. It's just a chance also to hang out and catch up with some friends, which don't get much time for these days. But yeah, great to see you, brothers. Shopping. Thank you for coming.
Thank you for having us.
And bro, opening with you, B. Came to the play, bro. The other night at the Q Theatre. Did you get along, Vinny?
Oh man, I went twice.
Yeah, a view from the bridge, eh?
Yeah.
Man, was just blown away by the craft, and you already know, bro, like I messaged you up straight after, but I was just floored, and a couple of things like hit me straight away. One was, man, I better dust off my acting shoes, because when AI takes all of our jobs, bro, we're going back to the theatre.
Yeah, we're going back there, bro.
Straight up, bro.
I'm already one step ahead, bro. See you later.
Well, I'm going to come tread the boards. But no, amazing work, brother. Like, was so proud to be your friend and to just see you up there. It was a masterclass. And also shout out to Annabella as well, who's like GOAT and all the rest of the cast. But yeah, how was that experience for you, brother?
Yeah, mean, bro. A View from the Bridge, a classic play. I didn't know what that meant. And Annabella, or Mum, I call her, told me about it last year that I was going to do that play. she was like, "You're going to do it?" I was like, "Nah, do you need play, Mum? I just want to work with you." She goes, "It's a classic." And I was like, "Nah, it's a play. A play is a play, you know. I'll go in there, pretend, and I'll do my work and do the craft." But I understood maybe second week into rehearsals what that meant. Because I read the play and I didn't get it. I was like, I don't get the way they're talking, and I don't get... there's a part where he lifts the chair, and I was like, that's tough. I was like, man, those New Yorkers didn't really live life if that's tough, you know. But it's what it symbolized and everything else, and that's when you got to dive deeper into the work and the craft of the words that we were talking about. And I was like, I remember week 2 of rehearsals, still on book, but having a feeling I felt what I needed to do, because Mom always talked about from the earth to the heavens, you have to, like Avatar, you know, when Avatar has that moment when he goes into Avatar state and the light beams through his body all the way to the sky. And I had a taste of it in week 2, and I was just like, we finished like the run that we done, and I was like, "Is this what you want from me?" And she goes, "Yeah, but for the whole play." And I was like, "Oh."
Yo.
I was like, we're fucked.
Yeah.
You know, I was just like, I don't know how I'm going to do this. That's scary. I've never done a show for 4 weeks, and you want me to lead this, and it like put pure fear in me. And you know what fear does to me, bro. It gets me like, I'm like, oh, we're on. We're on, you know. And then I started making up stories in my head of people that think that I couldn't do it, and then that's and I was like, all right, now.
This is something that me and the bro have always kind of bonded over. I think is like that thing of, and I don't know whether you relate to this or this is for you as well, Vinny, but definitely that like competitive drive, like with yourself, with whoever, with whatever you need, just to like to create that energy and that drive, you know. And it,
bro, 100%. I feel like that part of me is the dream of becoming an athlete, which was the path that I never became. But you know, I'm still kind of living that out through like mini scenarios that I have in my head of a particular kind of job or hitting a scene right, you know, knowing that okay, I conveyed exactly what the character needed to, like boom, that's like a 3-pointer from downtown or whatever, you know, touchdown. It's the same kind of little mini victory, I guess.
Yeah, well, just what the bro B was just saying then, and as you say, the sporting analogies, and like this is one of the things I wanted to raise with you guys. But that feeling that you described when you tapped into that like higher self or like into God or whatever it is, like something that just that magic. It's like the other sporting analogy is golf for like most of the world, most of us who can't actually play golf. But probably in a round of golf, you'll hit the ball beautifully once. And just that feeling when it flies off the club and you're like, holy shit, I'm hooked. And like in what we do, we have those moments, you know, and it's like certain pieces of work might bring more of those out than others. And it's like, that's when we're really enjoying ourselves, right?
And that's that word, bro. I love that word, moment.
Yeah.
Because a moment, you work so hard for moments. Rugby athletes in the field, they talk about you're just trying to put together moments in the game to go forward. And I see that the same as our craft. All I'm looking for is moments. And the saddest and coolest thing about a moment is it lasts that long.
That's right.
It's gone. So are you going to, I always talk about, am I going to harness that moment and take it? Because you can't ride the moment. You just got to work for it to be there and then forget about it and look for the next moment. Like as soon as I start being like, yeah, bro, view from the bridge, yeah, that finished 3 weeks ago, and I'm still riding that movie. It's long gone. I'm already tapped out, bro.
I'm with you.
Bro. After that performance, man, you can ride that for the next couple years. I would.
Yeah, bro, facts. And like, but what we can do, right, is we in our power can work our craft to generate more of the opportunities for those moments. You can't force those moments. All you can do is set the table for them. You know, and it's like, so it's like, what can we do to get more of those moments? Like we can work on our craft. We can know our words. We can, you know, some people it's like, you know, they work best on a hangover. They work best on whatever. Personally, for me, bro, it's getting my sleep. It's looking after my body. It's all those things that all help me have a better chance of those moments, personally, for me. What about you guys?
I think for me, I work best if I can just stay out of my own way, you know, and not get too in my head over everything, you know. And that's, I guess, the easiest way for me to get to that flow state of that zone where you feel like you're at your creative best is when, you know, you can kind of quiet down all of the inner talk, and not only that, but trying to train that inner monologue to be a mate instead of you're like your number one hater almost, which it easily can be. Yeah, it's weird.
Bro, I love that. And that is not easy on a film set either, man. Like, you know, so just on my latest film, I acted in it as well. And it was real cool to just go back and get that experience. It was like almost near the end of the shoot. And bro, I was just, I try and do it as much as I can, even if it's just a little role on our productions. It's just to remind me of the vulnerability and just what all the noise that's going on around. Like for people who don't work on a film set, there's always so much pressure on time, you know. Time is money. We've never got enough money. And it's like everything is always rushed. There's so much stress. It's like one of the things that annoys me most is like crew members who let that stress spill onto the actors or onto the process. And I'm just like,
it just bleeds everywhere.
Yeah, it does, you know. But as you say, you can't, like, for you to get into that flow state, you've got to shut out all that noise. And that's like all of these conversations are triangulating, because that's what the athlete needs to do. Like the athlete that's shooting the free throws in the clutch, like in an away game, like has to just block out the boos and the waving streamers behind the hoop. You know what I mean? And that's, but I love that what you're saying, bro, of like, just getting rid of the noise. And it's just such a noisy time that we live in too. Like a movie set is an extreme version of that, but it's like it's turning off your phone and all that shit too as well.
Yeah, yeah. Phone, silent mode or not, it creates a lot of there's just lots of voices, there's lots of people saying one particular thing and another, and it's quite a lot to take on. Just like first thing in the morning, it's like boom, got this extreme perspective on this thing. Sweet. Then a opposing one, and it's just like, oh, okay, it's
And boys, the actor's life is crazy, man. Like it's a crazy life.
Yeah.
Like I think a lot of people. This is what I wanted to talk to you guys about, because ultimately, back in the day, for me, I moved into filmmaking because, like, I just actually realized for me, there's a couple of things. Where I was at in my, like, early 20s, I still had a lot of stuff going on for me as a young man that was, like, I think probably blocking me from being able to do good work as an actor. Like, I was just so insecure and self-conscious, and, like, I just
cared a lot what other people
thought and all of that, and it was like almost crippling for me, just worrying about how I was perceived. And so ultimately, ultimately I moved behind the camera, which for me was a good decision. But I remember, like, just the life, and I still look at so many of my friends, like, you guys don't know where your next job's coming from. No. Like, bro, you're a provider for your family.
Yeah.
It's like, Vinnie, you're like one of the more successful actors in New Zealand. But we all know, bro, like, it's the same for me even on the film game. It's like, I'm in post on my job now, but to provide for my family, I got to get out and hustle and get the next one.
Yeah.
I was just hoping to, like, demystify really, like, what the life of an actor is a little bit for you guys, some of the challenges of that.
Me and my bros are having, my bro, Tikoi, we're having a coffee the other day, man. Sitting there out there on the ocean, just in between jobs, like last week. And he goes, bro, you could be the cream of the crop here in New Zealand. You can go out there, do a mean show, kill it. And then that bill comes. And then you got to pay this, then you got to pay this. And you look at that account and it goes, you could be the top of the top in our world. And then reality comes slap you in the face again. You ain't shit, bro.
Yeah.
You still got to go out there and you got to work, you got to hustle. And you got to get on that. That's why I say I'm never going to ride a moment, because I was like, bro, the moment, don't do anything to pay those 3 kids and get some lunchbox in there. Get some food in that lunchbox. Don't pay the bills, don't pay the school fees there. I was like, so I got to be like, cool, I ride the moment for a little bit, but I got to get back on their horse, because if I keep thinking I'm the bomb, bro, New Zealand, we don't pay enough to do that, to think you're the bomb.
No.
You're just like everyone else. You're working class. Go out there and hustle. Be a good person. Don't think you're the man, because as soon as you think, like, those days are gone.
Yeah.
The industry's changed now. It's moved into a different state, so we have to pivot as well. But it's that conversation is like, I don't want to pivot because I act. I tell stories, and I love my craft, and I feel like the industry's not for film and TV, but like it's pivoting to the social media stuff and making clips. And it's like, I don't act like that. I act. I don't shoot stuff like that. So, and it's no disrespect to the people that do it. It's just like, I'm just like, I don't. But that's where the money's going to now. I was like, do I be stubborn enough to stay in my lane, or
100%?
Yeah, and I was just like, I'll never fold on my, I'll never fold on my standards and who I am. I was like,
I love those.
And for everyone out there who thinks this is mean, sure, it's mean, and you get all the praises and accolades, and you're on TV, and you get to sit in front of the carpet. But don't believe if that's why you want to jump in the industry, get the hell out of here, because it don't last long.
And you're a pretty like, bro, you're like, your strength of will and determination and just like grounding in who you are is flipping off the chain, like, enviable, I would say.
I agree.
And like, how about you, Vin? Like, what's the life of an actor like for you? What are some of the challenges that come with that, G?
Pretty much just like piggybacking on what the bro's saying. It's the experience of being a working actor in New Zealand. It's so unique, Like, I feel like here you can have a great year with, get back to back jobs. You can be one of the busiest actors in the country for a set amount of time. But then I guess if you were to have that same kind of situation, but in Australia or the States, you'd be able to, you could afford to be comfortable for at least the next year.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You don't have those stresses coming down on you, just like, okay, I need to do this, which I feel like as artists, we do our best work when we're comfortable. And so if you've got that comfort with you, but also I guess it's a fine line between that kind of necessary pressure, because you don't want to be too comfortable.
Yeah, bro.
You know what I mean?
I see some of those guys that are too comfortable.
Nah.
Shut the hell up.
Yeah, that's right.
That's right. You have lost yourself.
Yep.
Yeah.
So you got to keep that pressure applied. But yeah. And so you can afford to buy yourself some time, I guess, to ward off the bills or whatever. But in New Zealand, you have that great year, and then I don't know, that will buy you maybe a couple months before you need to start being like, okay, what's
bro, and it's the same for us on like the indie film side.
Yeah.
Like, bro, it's the same. Like, and here's before I move on to that though, an interesting one for me as a filmmaker is like, I've worked with you guys alongside big American folk and like named casts with who come from the American system, and I've seen all of the rushes. Like, I see your raw footage and I see their raw footage, and I know that the level of craft in this country from the very best actors, which you guys most certainly are, is like as high, if not higher, than the big stars. It's not really about that. Like, and that's the other thing that people don't know is like, it's even like you will meet some of the best session musos. Look at the bro Vince Harder, for example, to shout out the also.
Yeah.
It's like, he's I've also met a lot of like internationally recognized musicians. The also is like
he's a computer up here, bro.
And just like freakish musical talent. Like, he is elite world class. I guess what I'm saying is there are elite world class craftspeople in the creative arts that nobody would know their name from a bar of soap.
Yeah.
Like, it's not about that, like who cracks it. But as you guys are saying for New Zealand, like for me, I even know in my game, like I know, and we talk about this, but I know I'm elite at what I do. Like in myself over the years, I've learned that. Do I have an elite bank balance? Like, and that some of that is that I have like chosen to be based here in Aotearoa, and there are different opportunities and different pathways, and also it's a lot of it is luck and timing and the projects that you choose to be involved in that you're passionate about that might not be the most commercial choice, or it's like you going and doing the play. Like, and you get the like your chops go up. That's right. But it's like, that's not necessarily going to pay the big pay packet. You're choosing that for other reasons, you know?
It's like investing, bro.
Yes,
like
bro.
I do that stuff. Like, my compass is fear. So wherever fear points, and fear usually points to where can I learn and where can I grow. So doing a theatre show, I go, yeah, sure, I won't get paid heaps, but I'm going to get humbled. Yeah. And once I crack this, once I figure out this fear, I'm going to go look for another one. So I'm going to go there to invest, because this is going to pay me back later on. Later on down in the future, wherever God puts me, it's just like when I need to go, I know where to tap into this. I learned this and I usually learn it on theatre. That's why theatre is so beautiful, because you just get humbled there. It's like going into the gym and just going back to and you're just getting smashed nonstop at sparring. But going back on what you're saying about our industry, it's small and we don't get paid much. But that's why I think when New Zealanders go out in the world, we're recognized because we're hustlers. They're like, bro, you're just like a good person. You work hard and you're very good at your craft. It's like, and Keisha Castle, she said this best to me years ago. It's because in our country we know the value of $1, $1. We stretch it out when overseas, because they have the luxury of having so much money. they'll throw a whole New Zealand movie budget onto catering, you know, and they don't eat half of that food that's on there, you know, where here in New Zealand, we're buttering each other's toast, bro. We're like, bro, you know, you have half, I have half.
Yeah, well, that's right. That's like the flip side of that is it's a really fertile and special creative environment, you know, like the sustainability for each of us is a challenge, but I think like, look at all of us, like we all sort of keep crossing over and seeing each other on jobs and like, you know, and we build these friendships and like it is a pretty special community.
Yep.
Yeah. And I guess running into the same folk, the same artists, you know, along your career throughout the years, for me, it's been a sure way to be like, okay, the bro here, he got to be in it for the right reasons. You know what I mean? Otherwise, going through the New Zealand system that we have here with the arts, like it filters the fakes out pretty quickly, you know. If you're in it just for like your idea of a luxury lifestyle and the fame and, you know, all of that stuff, it's like you're gonna get pretty
I mean,
rude
yeah, that short
awakening.
film or the Shanae. Was that the first time I met you? Was it, I can't remember. You always say a story.
Fantail?
Oh, was it Fantail? Yeah, it was Fantail. Yeah. That's when I
Quick story when
first met this guy.
Yeah.
Oh, this guy's cold. And he was just like real, well, still the same, just mysterious. And I remember sitting in the green room going, who the fuck is this guy?
Scuxy tall guy.
He was just like, oh, man,
Yo,
was
Marty
so
James
nervous,
Dean over
bro.
here.
Oh man.
And
How long was that ago? Bro?
That
We
was when we met. It would have been 2012. That's 14 years ago, and I remember it vividly. It was my first job that I booked. A small part, an indie film, $250,000. You know, which sounds like a fair amount, but in terms of filmmaking, it's nothing really. But I was so stoked, but also very nervous. I remember we were there for the read through. That's right. And then this guy comes in, just like
6'5",
gets his script down, he's like straight to it. And I remember sitting there with the other boys who were like, you know, other supporting cast members. A bunch of them were from Out People. And they were like, gee, that's Beulah. I was like, wait, who? Beulah. And he's like, yeah, gee, cracked it. And he's like, yeah, boy, you just got Shoreline Street, gee. Oh, I was like, damn, bro, it's for real, bro. Because at that point, I was still getting starstruck from people that I recognized from ads, you know what I mean? Be at a party or something and then like turn and be like, bro, that's the girl from that one. And they're like, what? I'm like, oh, no, hi, how's it? Like, so uncle. And
Crazy, yeah.
Yeah, it was.
We're kids, bro.
That's right. Easily impressed, you know what I mean? But the boys weren't lying, you know. The boys,
Well, we've been in it since then, bro.
That's right, bro.
The real one stays.
Right, man.
and you guys have done a lot of work since then, man. Like huge body of work for both of you guys. But that's an interesting one because, like, bro, I know you're still like fired up. Like, you know, the fire's still burning for you, and I know it is for you too, Vin. Yeah, and it is for me. Like, it's come back firing. For me, this move into directing has really reignited something for me because it was something that I think I always actually really wanted to do, but I just had blockages around that. So I was mainly like wingman as like a creative sort of support to all the other filmmakers that I was working with. But that's been awesome and has really sparked something for me. But
why? What is it spark?
Yeah.
Is it because is
I
it doubt?
I think it's similar to you, bro. Like the fear is I fire on that too, and I just like to have a chip on my shoulder. You know, I need that. I need to be like, fuck you. You know what I mean? Like it's just that's why I was thinking about it last night because I did a pod yesterday and it came up, and I was like, bro, I don't really roll with my direct peers in the filmmaking game. Yeah. And it's not that I'm being sad. It's like, it's just that like, It's just how I roll.
Yeah.
Like I just like I just go hard. I'm in my own lane. I don't want to get caught up in the noise of everything that those guys are doing. I do want to win, you know.
Yeah.
And it's like now that I'm a dad, I want to win for my kids, even more hard out. It's like just giving me this another level.
I bet.
And then now as a director, it's actually just feeling proud of myself, of my own development, that I've got to the place where I feel like I can step into that space. So I don't know, I'm fired up. But bro, I wanted to talk to you guys because it's like, how has your relationship to ambition evolved over those times? From when you first met in that room on Fantail, when you had starry eyes when you saw the bro because he was on Shorty and that was like the big thing. Like, what do you drive for now? Like, what is it? And like, how does that shift and change for you? And also, how does that affect your happiness if you don't get that version of it? Or like, what's that all about?
Yeah, well, I had like a couple of clear points. Like, I think we're all competitive. To remind me, I'm going to tell you a competitive story about this guy, and I haven't forgotten. But I put it at the back of my head, and I hold it. I'm like, I'm bringing it out today. It's real little. It's real little. It's not. It's just like I know this guy's a dog too, but he's a quiet dog. Well, for me, it used to be chasing the little golden thing, and chasing the awards, chasing just being better than every other actor out there. And I remember one point where that changed is I went to the Governor's Award out in Hollywood for my first film, and I was sitting there, and everyone was there. And I remember sitting there and talking to these people, and they're getting me to network, and they were trying to push me for awards. That's why I was there, the publicity and stuff. And I remember in between breaks, they go, okay, this is the time where you stand up, turn the cameras off, and everyone's going to go around and talk to each other. And I remember sitting there, back left corner of the room was me, Jason Hall, who wrote American Sniper, and Miles Teller. And we're sitting there with the Get Out crew, and they're like, go there, go talk to everyone. And I was like, fuck that. I ain't doing this.
What do you say?
Yeah, what do you say? There's everyone, and then they just picked me up, sent me around, and I remember just having this feeling of, oh, is this it? Like, I was just like, is this it? Is this, like, I'm like, and I sat back down, and I was just like, if this is what I'm going for, that sucks. Like, there was no, like, it never made me feel like the bliss that I thought it would. Even though I hadn't gotten the award or whatever, I was like, this feels like it will end pretty quick, that feeling, that bliss. And it wrecked me for months, bro. I went back to Hawaii, and I was just like, I don't know, I'm going to quit, because if that was my end goal, and now I don't want it anymore, I'm like, I'm out. And my wife's just like, you got to change your goal. So my new goal is I'm going to go as far as I can for my people, but do it as an individual, take it as far as I can, so that if my kids want to do this, they got an easier road to that. So I go, okay, cool. So that helps. That gives me the dog fight to be like, I'm just going to go as far as I can. It doesn't matter. And my why is for my kids. So if they want to do this, which I pray that they don't, but it looks like it looks like they are. I could just feel it. I'm going to make it easier for them. And I'm like, oh, sweet. Now that's infinity. Now that's endless. There's no end goal to that. And now, that fire is just like, it's 24/7, bro. It's just oh, it's game over for everything. So
I love that. Vin?
Yeah, I guess for me it's changed. It changes all the time. Like the type of projects will vary depending on the type of shit I'm into for that season. For the following months or whatever. So they'll be like, oh yeah, I want to do like some projects like this, but then again, you're reminded you're in New Zealand. You can't really be a choosy beggar, so you kind of have to make those tough decisions on like, this project doesn't excite me at all. There's nothing about it that I'm connecting with. Don't really like the writing or whatever, but it's a job, and saying no because it doesn't creatively hit that mark, but turning down, work. It's man, it's one of the most. Yeah, I found that to be a really tough decision to have to make. But then again, it's first world problems, I guess. Pretty lucky to have those kind of situations to weigh up. But I guess when I first kind of came in, it was just I feel like I had a chip on my shoulder for sure. It was quiet. I wouldn't be vocal about it, but I feel like it was definitely there. And that was kind of the first, I don't know, half of my career thus far. Second half from, I guess it's been from when I've finally kind of been able to just act for work and not have to do other jobs. Like I was working at a whole slew of different odd jobs here and there. But in this second part, I guess it's been less about trying to reach crazy heights and more about being able to make an impact in my community of the artists here in New Zealand and in the film industry, and whether that be just being open to any questions that other young artists might have, or be like, bro, can I ask you some stuff about what it was like overseas and working there. And I'm every single time, man, I've always got time for the younger, for the the next generation coming up, because there were those for me that had my back when I hadn't even proven myself in the slightest. I had done What Now in an indie film and a couple theatre shows, but they still gave me the time of day and was super supportive and would be like, bro, go meet this fella, he does this and this and this. And I hold that support really dear to my heart. So I feel like now I'm at the point of trying to be that for the community here, because I love working in New Zealand. I love being home and being able to do what we do. I love the vibe on set. But yeah, it's just wanting to, because I know that we're all capable of making some really good shit. And I just want us to all be doing that, you know what I mean?
Damn straight, man. Yeah, that's mean. No, it's like the one that, because in my game, I'm constantly like developing these things and trying to get them to become real. And it's similar to you guys, where I used to place my happiness on getting cast in the role. So in my world, I used to place my happiness on a film getting greenlit. Yeah. And the shift for me was actually going, when I'm writing, I'm going to place my happiness on the writing, even if it never gets made. When I finish that draft, if I look back at it and I go, that's freaking mean. Like the trap is to go, well, it doesn't exist because it's not a produced movie, but it is a completed piece of work. It's a screenplay that slaps.
Yeah.
And that audition that you went and did is actually a living, breathing, complete piece of work.
Yes.
Like whether you book that or not, what you laid down, what you were working, you know? And that's just the slight shift for me, is just going as well. Like, and also the older and more experience I get, the more I go, it ain't all about me and like what I'm doing. Like so much of it's timing.
Yep.
Like I can put something freaking dope out into the world. The film that I'm directing right now, bro, we developed that 12 years ago.
True.
Yeah, and it's like nobody wanted it back then. And honestly, it was Noah who said, bro, when we had something else fall over last year, he's like, let's bring that back. It's freaking hilarious. And we went, okay. What do you know? It was its moment and it just went straight in the slipstream. That's nothing about us, like, hasn't changed really that much. The project hasn't changed that much. So for me, that like lets me off the hook as well. And I think that's the thing as an actor, from remembering, you can't like ride the thing of, am I going to book the role too much either, eh?
No.
Like, bro,
No.
talk about that.
Man, that was something that, it took me a while because I would get pretty attached to every audition. I would be like, something would come through, I'll be like, oh, this is it. Yeah. This is the
and you
first
fall
step.
in love with the character, bro.
I know.
And you're like, you see yourself in it.
That's
like,
right.
It's
that's
like,
right.
It's crazy.
You start seeing the money in your bank account.
That's right. Start
I'm
making
gonna buy
plans.
this.
Yeah. Telling your siblings, bro,
Must
like
be
I'm gonna
about
be
so
on
and
this.
so day rate, I reckon.
Yeah.
It's gonna be cool to get to know Jason Momoa, man. Like,
Yeah,
just
it's
roll
right.
with
It's
him.
right. I should follow him now. Yeah. Send him a DM. But I was always quite attached to the idea of booking pretty much anything that came my way, and especially if there was any flicker of interest from the other end, from casting.
Just a glint.
Yeah, say I put down a self-tape for something and I read it first time and I'm just like, this is, it's teats, this is trash, scraps, bad writing, whatever. And then send it off next week, get an availability check from casting, then all of a sudden I'm like, hold on now, wait, let's take another look at that script. And you fully gaslight yourself into being like, this is fucking mean. And I am perfect for this, and this is it.
You want me to wear a Pikachu hat?
That's right. Yeah. See how this is dope. This is the path. This is the way. That's been pretty. It's been pretty interesting, but I guess the one little tidbit that has helped me greatly throughout my career and helped shift that becoming attached to just the self-tape request was, instead of seeing it as casting have this thing, production have this little bit of gold that you want and you're fighting between everyone else to get that. It's like a competition, instead of that kind of swapping it out for, okay, so this production casting, they have a problem on their hands right now. They need to find the right person. What can I do? I can come in and be like, hey, this is what I would do in this situation if I was to have this job, and if I'm the right tool for the job, then sweet, but if not, then wish you all the best in solving your problem and finding the right person. And that's definitely helped me. Yeah.
Right, you made me think of like another cool thing about what we do as well, which is like, because my measurement of like, in my relationship to ambition is interesting, because I go so freaking hard, like, I go hard, man, like my targets are always so high, and it does sort of set up this natural relationship for disappointment, because it's just crazy. Like, it keeps me in the game, it keeps me producing and developing stuff, and but what I've realized, thankfully, with a bit of like more time in the game, is I still keep that there, I still work with that, but probably the thing that I'm most proud of is actually how I've grown as a person through. So the work and all of this crazy drive and this shit that sends me on these crazy missions, I'm gunning for this one target, but the byproduct is I learned A, B, C, D about myself.
Yep.
And then suddenly, by the time like when I was ready to become a dad, I'd learned all this stuff like about being a man through my work.
Yep.
So I was doing it for one reason, but getting all of this like bycatch that actually was super valuable.
Yeah.
And so now, thankfully, like in my 40s, I can see all of that happening. And I think like if someone was to say to me, what keeps me in the game now? It would be none of that other stuff, even though I use it on a day-to-day as a motivator and I like to be in the game like an athlete. It's the other bucket. It's the bucket of I'm still learning and growing as a human, you know?
It's the in-between stuff. I hear you on that, bro, because going back to auditions and stuff, I used an audition just to, I could give, when I get sent a script, I could give 2 craps asses about what the casting director wants or what the director or producer. I just go there, see your script, and when they go, and now he's sad, I cross all of that out. Cross all of that out, and I just use that. I'm
make a
like,
choice.
I'm gonna have fun, and I just use it just an opportunity to have fun. And the hard thing is for me is asking our mate to come do and read for me, because they're like, oh, yeah, I can read. It's like, oh, the way I work is, but we're gonna work like we go back and forth, and it'll probably take like an hour. Let's just have fun and make stuff up and make this our own version, and then do all this work, do all this prep just to press send, and as soon as you press send, delete. Delete from your brain, move on. And it's that thing, it's like, I use that audition so I can have fun, so I can just use what I know God had given me to do, to use it for that moment, press send, delete, go look for the next bit, you know, and just learn.
And what an approach, like, you know, that's an exact example. Because if you can take that into your life, like, if you can apply it, and look, some days, some days you're going to fail with it.
Yeah, bro.
You know?
Most
like,
days, bro.
You know,
Most days.
But it's like, if you could just apply that a little bit more and just like have some. The other one is just having some perspective, like, you know, that overused idiom or like whatever of like, we're not saving lives. There is validity to that too.
Yeah, 100%.
And like you were saying, like it's a privilege to be able to decide which job you want to do when we're really in that position. But, you know, it's like.
Just a question for you, bro. Like how, I mean, from what I know about, I guess, an actor's progression in terms of moving their way into different avenues of the industry, what was it about you that wanted to veer towards producing as opposed to like directing?
Well, bro, initially I moved into producing to try and create work for myself as an actor.
Got you.
So I actually stumbled into it.
Yep.
And then I went, that's when the chip got on my shoulder. Because basically what I did, bro, is I produced James Napier Robertson's first film, a film called I'm Not Harry Jensen, that we made for like $150,000. We raised all the money ourselves, didn't go to the film commission for a handout, nothing like that. Went and got private investment. It was crazy, bro, what we managed to do. And we didn't know what we were doing, and we still ended up making a pretty cool film. Got into the New Zealand Film Festival, got distribution in New Zealand, went to some other film festivals, and it was our first one. We didn't make a short film, straight to a feature.
Straight feature.
But like, bro, through the producing journey, I just went, I got ripped off on these legal deals, and bro, I honestly, like, I used to have dreams of just like waiting outside the guy's office, like who ripped me off because it just like cut me so deep. But it was so good because it gave me the chip on my shoulder to go, I want to understand business. Like, I don't want to just be at the whim of my agent to know. I want to be, and I remember this from Cliff Curtis. He's the same. Like, he's gone through big stretches of like representing himself without an agent or a manager, because like he likes to be in control of his own business, you know. And like I sort of got that chip on my shoulder. So then I got the producing bug of going, I want to do it again, and I don't want to get ripped off, and I want to do it proper. And also, the first movie was like murder mystery kind of thriller thing. That's not really what I want to make. I want to make a powerful drama. And I want to make a movie like the movies I love. And so my next movie was The Dark Horse. And that's because, you know, and then, but yeah, it's just evolving. But that was, for me, producing, again, it was kind of a happy accident because like I thought it was on the acting lane. And it turned out to be like just its whole own thing.
It's crazy you say that about getting ripped off and then wanting that never to happen to you again. Because I asked, you know, we've done a bunch of projects together. I was like, what's Tom like as a producer? And they're like, when we go in that room, he's a dog. And I was like, what? And with all the legal stuff, and he just starts to talk for real. But so when you're saying that, I was like, oh, that's where that's from. That was learned from getting burnt.
I'm a failed the fifth form bush lawyer. Threw me into any boardroom in the world, baby.
And I was just like, hell yeah, he rips. He goes, bro, no one can get anything.
And it is just that thing from working from, like, you know, that's the thing. If you can turn like your shame or anger or any of those things into a driver to get better.
Yep.
And that's just what I did. And then, and so that was years. And then now, even as a director, bro, my all of that experience as a producer just serves me awesome. Of course, bro. You know? But yeah, brothers, I wanted to ask, finally, there's like, this has been a mean chat, and I could go on for hours, and just cool to hang out, but I wanted to ask you guys, like, so coming back to that thing of like moving forward, you both kind of shared a little bit about, this can be potentially not a stink buzz, but like we sort of touched on it before, where we're with the new technology of AI and everything like that. How are you guys sitting with your relationship to that, with what you guys do, and have you been tracking it and thinking about like how that relates to our game?
I like, I guess when ChatGPT kind of first started popping, I mean, I feel like I was probably late, but I jumped on that maybe like 2 years ago, and I was so impressed. But then whenever it came down to like the finer details of you know, because I would like bounce some ideas off it for, you know, a short film or something, I'll be like, there's kind of like I've got this idea, but where can it go from here? Kind of help me out. And it'll give me a suggestion. And because it's a robot, you can be like, bro, no. Did you even listen to what I'm saying, bro? Like try again. And by me kind of constantly giving it feedback, I ended up kind of giving myself the answers that I was kind of looking for, because I was trying to teach this thing what I was talking about. Yeah. But yeah, I feel like I'm not yet at the point where I'm feel threatened by it, solely because I feel like I've got a pretty good AI kind of detector, you know, if someone's kind of saying something, I'm like, or if it's, you know, written out, I'll be like, there's just something about it that, AI hasn't quite cracked.
Authenticity.
Like
proper, the nuance of humanity.
Nuance, that's it, bro. Nuance.
The
and
subtlety.
It's pretty terrible comedy.
How about if they cast an AI character over you? Well, how would you like, or like, do you think?
I'm out, bro. That's me, bro. No, I'm done. I mean, fair enough. The AI actor doesn't have sick days. Don't have to pay it, I guess. But I would use that as a holy shit. I need to step my game up, because there's no way that I'm gonna let a robot beat me out on a job. Yeah.
What about you, B? Have you thought about it?
I don't think about it too much. Like, I use AI, I use ChatGPT for, like, you know, just asking it questions and stuff. But in terms of our business, and if there was ever a world where they started casting AI characters, and I'll just tap out and leave, bro. Yeah. Because it's like, well, if that's what the world wants, I'm like, that's what the world. I ain't gonna play this game. I know I have a conscious, like, no number put together robot algorithm thing thinks about our craft 24/7 like it does in this thing. Like, constantly. I wake up, I think, I hear, I smell, it's always on. You have to be prompted to do that. And if the world goes, we're going to hire that, then I'll be like, sweet, I'm out, G. Because I know I have a soul. I do this thing. God gave me this gift to act, and I do that. And if that's not what's required here, I'm going to go sell cars. Because I was like, you don't deserve my energy. So I'll just, like, if if that's where the world goes, and I hope it doesn't, then I just go do theatre, bro.
Yeah,
That's
right.
right,
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
But
Theatre, man.
I see some of them robots that like you try and push over, they don't fall down, and they're like the ninja meal. Like we're gonna get a hiding. We're gonna get smashed,
We're months
bro.
away from getting knocked out by robots. Bro.
So, but yeah, if that's where the world goes, all good. I'm out.
Yeah, mean.
How
I've done
about-
some movies before that happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm with you guys. Like, I think the jury's still out a little bit, and like in my business, it's like I think the nuance of human performance, like in acting, is still quite a long way away in AI.
Yeah.
But there are certain parts of the game, like in the industry, that it is freaking really good at.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
And it's like, and it's it's pretty scary in that way, but like there's no denying it, and it's just a question I'm asking everyone who's coming in, all creatives, because it's like AI is affecting every sort of part of creative business,
The world,
and
it's
creative thinking, and
yeah.
but one last one before we go, if that's all good. Like I know a lot of our audience that are listening are like young creatives, definitely like people in film school, acting school, these kinds of things. Like, if you could go back and give a piece of advice to that young homie that linked up with this guy, Vin, in that audition room, what piece of advice would you give to him?
Oh man.
Do you want to go second?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
bro.
got one?
No,
You got an
please,
answer?
bro. I don't.
Okay. If you want to play this game for the fame and everything else, just get out.
Yeah.
Don't do it, because it's not for that. We're in a world now where AI is taking over and doing all of that stuff, and we're using it, and we got no room for people who want to come here and have fun and use it to use it because they want fame. I can't stand that, because I'm about craft. I'm a little bit old school with that. You go in, you put in the work. Your reputation is everything. If you're a good person and you go out there and you work really hard, that'll get you there. And it will show people that B or whoever this person is not here to muck around. And if people don't like that, that's all good, because this is how I roll. You never fold on.
Bro, as
Yeah.
a collaborator of yours, like I would say that's like one of the things I love about you absolutely most, bro, and like why I would be in a rush to work with you again is like that work ethic is so inspiring, and like for a director or producer, it's like that is your dream casting. Is it's like, and with someone like you, I would go, whatever you delivered in an audition, not that we'd probably audition you anyway, but I know that that's only like part the way towards what the final result will be, because I know what you will put in terms of blood, sweat, and tears to build that. And like, man, that is the shit that AI can't do.
Nah,
you know?
that's right.
Like
Yeah.
you talk about like, how do I become like indispensable in the face of AI? It's those layers
That's
on
it.
layers of work and humanity and lived experience and everything that you bring as Beulah Koale to that. Like, you're the freaking man, G. And I'll say it again, like watching you on stage the other night, you were a powerhouse, and like I came on my own. I paid my $75 or whatever it was when I'm broken ass right now for the good tickets. But bro, it was every penny was well spent. Like you blew me away, bro. So,
And going
Me
on
too,
quickly on
man.
that, bro, like that's what AI can't do. That's not up till 3 a.m. for 4 weeks of the rehearsal, sitting there panicking, going, "You're not good enough. You're not good enough. How are you gonna?" Doesn't have that fire. Doesn't have that waking up with pure fear. AI, you prompt it, if it does the thing. Like, but there's no journey with it, and you can't. And that's the twinkle in the eye and the soul when you look into someone's eye and you see that glint. You can't fake that. That's a soul.
No, that's
So
right.
that's what I
That's-
talk about. Like that's the thing.
That's
So,
right, bro.
yeah.
Yep. Advice, eh? But like, I feel like I realized, I don't know, a year or two ago, that just in order to pursue a career, in the arts, acting, and film, it's the odds are against you. You know, unless you're like Nepo baby or whatever, which I don't think any of us are. You've got kind of a bigger, it seems like there's a bigger wall to overcome. But I feel like we all have this kind of healthy delusion that, you know, despite these odds, I can. I know the chances are 1 in a million. Yeah, I'm that one right there. And I think you've always got to maintain that. I'm sure both of you kind of have that, whether it be loud or quiet, it's there still somewhere. And I would just say just keep that. You know, you don't need to be vocal about it, but just that underlying knowing that I'm like that. You know, I am him or her. Or
Damn straight.
Yeah.
And feed and protect that in whatever private way you need to keep that fire burning.
Yes. Yeah, it's a very intimate. It's just you and that thing, and whatever your process is to keep that inferno blazing, then just keep feeding it.
Yeah, even when the flipping winds are blowing and it's just a little flame, like all you need is a little flame.
Yep.
You know, and so I just wanted to say to you, bro, like really looking forward to having the chance to properly jam like me and this bro have. And we've actually got a project.
I know
we're cooking up, bro, and I haven't given up. And like I say, bro, like
Little
the
Flame.
one, Little Flame, bro, and the one that we're making at the moment, it's 12 years in development. So, bro, you're the man, Vinnie.
Hey, bro, whether it be next month or in 12 years or 20 years, bro, you just, you hit me up.
And you're a freaking movie star, bro. So keep the flame burning.
All right.
Yeah, he is, bro. Yeah, too damn scucks for his own good, though, bro. Like,
I'm watching you talk. I was like, man, I need to talk quiet
bro.
and like smooth like this guy. I'm like you look like you're like. I can see the mic looking at you. Go, I'm in love with this guy. I'm like, damn.
Oh, bro, I'm gonna watch this back and be like,
Always
bro,
has
who invited Ozzy Osbourne over here?
the Marty James Dean, bro. I've always called him. But Shop Brothers, thank you so much for your time and making the effort. Appreciate
Love you,
it.
bro.
Pleasure, my
Love you
brother.
guys.
Much love, my
Yo.
brother.